Alright guys, what's up? Past few days, 2 days, didn't upload. I was kinda grounded, but we're back. Don't worry. So in this video, I'm gonna be explaining how I got to where I am today on YouTube. Being big, well, not big, but obviously 80 plus thousand is pretty crazy. So I'm gonna be giving you guys insight and kind of my story of how I got to where I am today. Alright, so we gotta go way back. I'm talking years ago, like 8 years ago, something. So a while back. So basically, that long ago, Black Ops 2 came out. Best day of my life. That day that came out, I met one of my friends that I've now known since Black Ops 2 ever first came out, the first day it came out. Still talk to him today, great friends. The reason I bring him up because he was the one that motivated me and helped me to get started with YouTube when Fortnite very first came out, and he was kind of my motivation, and he saw that I was good and kind of wanted to give me that boost and be able to help me. But over time, all this time playing Black Ops 2, some of the most fun times I've ever had on a video game, I met another really good friend that I talk to now. Still, probably I've known for 6 years, 7 years, around the same time, met on Black Ops 2. But these two people, one is now an editor and one is a thumbnail designer. Well, not thumbnail designer, but really good with graphics and other stuff. Their names are Brent and Dylan. Basically, they've helped me and they've kind of always been there, like video game wise, to help support me and get me started with YouTube. And I owe it to them because without them I don't think I would be where I am today. But besides all that, let's get back to Fortnite. Alright, so when Fortnite first came out, obviously it was hype. I got it the very first day it came out, PS4, playing it. Obviously no one knew what they were doing back then. But with those two, I used to play it all the time, and they realized that I was way better than all of our friend group and like better than most people they've seen on YouTube. So they're like, "Yo, you need to start a YouTube." I'm like, "I've never done anything like this. I've only played video games just for my own enjoyment, never to get it out there to people." But they said I should. And basically, I did. I started my YouTube name at first, no Tendy, no whatever. It was The King. Had that around for a good 100 subscribers. Streamed, got like 5 viewers. It was fun. It was weird. It was kind of fun getting into YouTube, doing all that stuff. Wasn't big at all back then. So season 1 passes, season 2 passes, doing YouTube, just uploading for fun, not really like, I'm just uploading for my own pleasure, uploading to get it out there. Pyramid Stair Gang back then. But after, I think it was midway season 2, end of season 2, start of season 3, whatever, as you may know of him now, Chronic Jays, I randomly, I don't, if I didn't find him in this match, I don't think I would be anywhere where I am today. Basically, random game, complete random pub game, we run into each other. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, back then there was a huge skill gap. I was really good back then. Like pyramid stairs, I don't think anyone could beat me. Like it was crazy back then. It was so much fun. But basically, I bodied him in a pub game. Completely outbuilt, just bodied. Now today it'd be a different story. Jay's is pretty good now, but um, bodied him. He invited me to a party, and after joining that party, he introduced me to That's What and like 5 other good people in this community that I know today. And Jay's hyping me up after me killing him, realizing how good I was. Hyped me up, went against That's What, and he was huge. He was big back then for Fortnite. He was just getting into it, and he was like kind of one of the faces of Fortnite back then for console. So, went Moisty Meyer, the good old 1v1s, dropped there, boom, body him 2-0. He was impressed. He realized how much potential I had back then. But basically, after killing him, after uploading some videos on it, I was around the 500 maybe subscriber range, which was crazy for me back then. But besides that, Jays introduced me to the community I'm in today. Jays introduced me into Militia. OG Militia which was with Shaw, Khan, Jays, and a bunch of other crazy OG people. I love them all. They were all great friends back then. I miss them. Those are some of the great times for Fortnite. The OG Militia. That really, when I joined Militia, I had zero Twitters on follower. I just created a Twitter just to do that. So, doing that, I got some recognition from the community. Started doing these scrims that were made back in like season 2, 3, and it kind of just went from there. I was in OG Militia for months, stayed in that team because back then it was the best in the community, best like console team. And then Militia started kind of dying out. Like, we had Vicious on the come up, there were other teams, and everyone was starting to leave Militia. And then after that, boom, we got Vicious Tendy. Now Vicious, I got back with my man Jays. Shaw was in there again. Some of the day ones for Fortnite. And yeah, that lasted, I think, around 2 months. Vicious Tendy. But after that, Shaw came back into the community. He was gone for a bit. He was now in the Team Chronic, which is what I am today. He made that. Well, he didn't make it obviously, but he really introduced me to that. He really wanted me in there. I asked to join too, cuz to be honest, Vicious, it was a great team. They just weren't doing much back in the time I was in it. But they're doing great today. So I accept the offer because I realize how much they're doing. I joined Chronic after the first week it started, but I was planning to join since like the 3rd day it started. And now I'm here today. It's been a crazy journey. Honestly, this whole video, I could talk for 30 minutes about this topic. I could go on forever. But I know you guys don't want to hear that. There's so many details that I probably left out that I could go over. But basically, it's a long ride. I'm not just big for no reason. I grinded all the way back then, that year ago, that year Fortnite started. I always had a passion for it, and I didn't realize it would get this big today, but I'm grateful. I started with 0 Instagram followers, didn't even have Instagram back then. I started with 0 Twitter followers and a good like 100 subscribers. So anything can happen. You just gotta go for it. Now I'm at 25K on Twitter, 13K on Instagram, about to be at 90K, everything growing like crazy. It's just so much support from everyone, and I can't even thank you enough though. But basically, that was my background of how, 1, I joined Chronic, and 2, I got to where I am today. And I hope this guy kinda gives you guys some inspiration, realizing that even if you are the smallest person or the biggest person, whatever, you'll make it. It's what you like try and grind for. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave the rest of this gameplay quick. It was a 16 kill game. I hope you guys enjoyed.